have a pie, have a pie. You don't eat, you don't shoot, then you die. You don't eat them, but you're looking like some lady guys. You some finger food, I'm a tradie pie. You know the record's going gold with the pastry. Short crust, bottom, top on freight. Fuck a roll, only hold the meat pie. Square of the round, I'm a downer meat pie. Fuck your quiche, only eat the meat pie. Motherfucker, you got beef, put it in a meat pie. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. What's some food got to do with Aussie pride? That's right. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. You don't eat, you don't shit, then you die. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. What's some food got to do with Aussie pride? That's right. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. You don't eat, you don't shoot, then you die. You don't eat them, but you're looking like some lady guys. You some finger food, I'm a tradie pie. You know the record's going gold with the pastry. Short crust, bottom, top on freight. Fuck a roll, only hold the meat pie. Square of the round, I'm a downer meat pie. Fuck your quiche, only eat the meat pie. Motherfucker, you got beef, put it in a meat pie. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. What's some food got to do with Aussie pride? That's right. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. You don't eat, you don't shit, then you die. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. What's some food got to do with Aussie pride? That's right. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. You don't eat, you don't shit, then you die. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. What's some food got to do with Aussie pride? That's right. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. You don't eat, you don't shit, then you die. Have a pie, have a pie, have a pie, have a pie. What's some food got to do with Aussie pride?
Have a pie, have a pie. What's some food got to do with Aussie pride? I think that's the lyrics, isn't it? Don't know much about that. Anyway, we got a guest that showed up early today. Do you want to introduce yourself to the guests?
Hello, listener. I am Dr. William Josephs, and it's an absolute honour to be here, Terry.
Absolute honour for you to be here, myself. So you're a bit early today, mate.
Apparently.
Did you get out of bed? Did you get out of bed early? The producers told me you weren't going to be here for a little while. That's all right.
No, I thought I was here at an appropriate time. Guess things are a little bit
No, just on time.
Yeah, just on time. Okay.
Well,
so
we got a new episode. We got a new fucking guest also. Jesus. What do you think? What do you think of my solo Jesus over there?
Well, is he giving the thumbs up there? Is he?
Yeah, doing the fucking.
Oh, the bloody
what is
prophet
that
sign?
Prophet.
It's the prophet sign.
You
see Muhammad doing that sign all the time.
Baphomet does it too.
Yeah, Baphomet does it. Buddha, I've seen Buddha in that.
I'm
pose
pretty
all
sure one of the rappers has done it. Kanye.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess if you're anybody, you just do that. That sort of right hand, thumb, middle, and index finger all pointing north.
And the
the other hand is open. Yeah.
Very lovely. Yeah. So how's things? How'd you get here today?
Well,
past the barking dogs.
Yes, past the barking dogs on the magic carpet. Yes.
On the magic carpet.
The magic carpet.
Did you see anything funny on the magic carpet?
Just Jafar going to town on Jasmine.
Jafar and Jasmine.
Yes.
Please
I'm pretty
explain.
sure Jasmine is the female out of the film Aladdin.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know. I was never really into that one as a child. Sand fantasies were not really my thing.
Fantasies.
Yes, fantasies. Yes.
Sand fantasy. Bloody, how do you know her name?
I know all things. I am omnipotent. I am omniscient.
Well, you're a doctor, aren't you?
Well, I am a doctor.
Big Dr. William Joseph.
Our doctor.
So what else has been going on?
We woke this morning to learned the very unfortunate news that the actor Burt Reynolds has passed away overnight.
Oh, you're joking.
Cardiac arrest in a Florida hospital, aged 82, I believe.
Right, that's interesting as hell.
Yes. Is it?
Oh, well, I'm glad you told me now. I'm glad this is the first time I've learned of it.
Well,
you know? How else would I fucking know?
On a day like today,
This
it'd be a little awkward for us to get through an entire program without mentioning the
death of
passing
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
What was he in? He was he a racist?
He was in Smokey
He was
and
a
the Bandit.
smoker, Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
He would have been definitely one of those old old actors that would have beaten women in film, like Charlton
surely,
Heston.
like, I mean,
smoking and beating people.
I mean, there's a bloody good there's a good interview Sean Connery did actually with, I believe, Barbara Walters about the subject of hitting women, and he was actually in favour of it.
Sean Connery is in favour of hitting women.
Yeah.
When was this interview conducted? In the last few years, in this new environment.
It was in the 1990s.
So a few political environments ago.
Yes, a few political environments ago, but during the first incarnation of political correctness, because as we know, anybody who's a huge Simpsons buff, the episode of The Simpsons where Lisa reveals the pirate past of town founder Jebediah Springfield was really Hans Sprungfeld. Of course, her teacher, Mrs. Hoover, calls her a PC thug in that episode.
Oh, fair enough.
So
yeah.
PC culture
But,
was big in the 90s, but it was defeated.
But if you say something bad in the 90s, then they're going to dredge it up now. They're doing it with everyone else. George Clooney was a misogynist then. 25 years ago, he's a misogynist now. That's the way they're treating people.
George Clooney is a homosexual, surely, right? He's been seen as one of the most desirable men in Hollywood for however many years, several decades.
Ever since he entered the scene as a doctor.
So it's, ever since ER, when he was a fucking grey-haired doctor. He was like 30 years old and grey-haired. I don't know why that's attractive, but whatever. So, it's 3 decades now. How many times has he procreated? The guy's been married once to a very obvious lesbian. The guy's a fag.
Yeah, okay. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. T-Bone Radio.
I mean, I don't want to get
Willy
kicked
Joseph.
off.
No, fuck no, you won't. That's beautiful.
Yeah, well,
So George Clooney is basically out.
The Rock, sad to say, I mean, the guy's Hollywood fucking blockbuster gold, but The Rock's a fag. You know, look at the guy. Fucking, he's enormous. He's fucking jacked all shit.
Do you
he's
find
the
him
biggest fucking star in Hollywood.
Do you find him attractive?
Have you? No, because I'm a heterosexual man. But have you ever seen The Rock pictured like, with his arm around some young Hollywood starlet? No. And
no, I haven't.
And isn't that kind of odd? Don't you think? Considering he could pretty much just pick anyone because he's The Rock.
That's interesting.
He's
you bring up some
gold.
They're all gay and they're all pedophiles as well. I'm sure.
Brad Pitt's not gay. We actually know that Brad Pitt does fuck women because he fucking has,
but he
suffered
adopts.
the consequences of it. But
he adopts.
Another one, Leonardo DiCaprio, that guy fucks all kinds of models.
Well, Angelina Jolie's very ugly, and Brad Pitt has
is.
adopted a lot of kids with her, hasn't he? So he may not fuck her.
But I
His
think
dick might be
I think
broken.
like one or two of them. I know that he smokes a lot of pot, and I don't think that's good for your fertility count. So and also I don't know, like, was he really fucking her? I mean, she doesn't really. I think she's a fucking dyke.
Who? Oh,
Jolie.
fucking Jolie. I reckon she's just ugly straight up. She's no good. She looks like a groper.
She is certainly not a heterosexual.
Well, she's 75 years old now. Of course she's ugly.
Oh, and emaciated as well.
Emaciated?
Yes, emaciated. Emaciated like a person in camp somewhere.
Do you want to go into a song now?
Yeah. What's next on the list?
I might play your fucking Dream Machine song.
Oh yeah, that's a good song.
Do you want to introduce it for the viewers?
I don't know. There's a band from Texas. The lead creative influence is Matthew Melton, and his fucking mail order bride is the organist.
Oh, lovely. The Dream Machine with Buried Alive.
Actually, I think she's fucking Western European, so I don't think that she's a mail order bride. Anyway, she's fucking...
40 days I waited to climb her braided hair. In a daze we wept to find the village square. And the places that we've seen as a world into a dream. Like a child that faces blind.
Radio?
You're listening to T-Bone Radio, motherfucking T-Bone.
Yo, T-Bone Radio.
Dream Machine with Buried Alive from Texas. Sounds pretty psychedelic.
Yeah, sounds pretty 70s-ish. I think
70s-ish.
the electrical organ sort of went out of fashion in rock and roll bands probably sometime before the saxophone even.
Fucking, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Electric organ, rock and roll. I just think of techno and shit.
Yeah. I don't listen to music made by computers.
Yeah, I don't fucking. I'd change like fucking.
I don't
daily.
really listen to music though. Let's be honest here. Well, I do listen to a lot of music, but not like songs and shit.
Radio gives me a good excuse. I've got
Yeah.
certain songs that I must play and shit.
Yeah.
Which is all right. It forces me to listen to shit. We got some more Coven to come up later on. Album of the
I
week.
haven't listened to them in a few years actually.
Boneless Christian. I'll talk about that later. But
Boneless
just cracked a fucking can of vodka for the first time in a few days.
Yeah.
Decided I needed a couple of days off the alcohol, so I did.
Well,
I had two.
Our viewers probably wouldn't know this, but we were actually scheduled to do this program 2 days ago.
Yes.
But Terry and I mutually agreed that we were both too fucked.
Both too fucked. And I thought, well, I need to have a few days off the grog so I can continue to do radio. And I'll tell you what, there's been no upside to it besides the poos.
Yes.
You know, I'm still fucking staying awake till fucking all gods of the hour doing stupid shit. Sleeping in, worse, you know. I'm not getting out, you know, I'm more tired than ever.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get up in the morning and have a shit, I go, oh yeah, that was probably worth not having a drink last night. Because a nice big healthy grog that doesn't touch that touches the water. I named this one last night Grogan. It just had to be named Grogan. It was probably, 11 inches long. Mental case.
11 inches long, fucking. So your shit was almost as big as my dick.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Foot long, ladies and gentlemen.
Foot long, ladies and gentlemen. See how you've been
Not
drinking.
just found at Subway.
How's your toilet habits been? Doctor, Billy Joey.
Shit's been off the chain. Again, I'm a doctor, so I obviously know how to take care of my colonic health. Yogurt is very good. So is fiber. You need
Yogurt's
a diet
very
high in fiber. And here's the thing: if you want if you want to cut down on wipes, which is the thing, who wants to take a messy shit?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Who wants to be sitting there all
Who wants
hours
to
of the
take a
day
crap?
wiping their anus for minutes upon minutes upon minutes?
Well, that's called a crap.
What you need to do is you need to increase the level of fiber in your diet, and you know you'll be taking no wipers in no time once you get up onto my level of fiber. Also, stop sitting to shit. You need to squat. You need everyone needs to get a squatty potty, little fucking plastic
pot.
deal that you put around the toilet, so you're in the squatting position when you're taking a shit. And it's you will experience much more complete bowel emptying. Okay, because obviously the seated position, like you and I are in now, this is not conducive to pooing.
Right, so you think standing?
No, squatting. Okay.
The opposite of squatting.
Your knees would be sort of like around, sort of like mid torso.
So like an Indian person or some third world person.
Like an Indian person, but you do it inside in a place where the defecate gets flushed away. Because actually in India, this our viewers might be interested to learn this. 750,000 people out of their 1.2 billion people practice outdoor defecation. That is 750 million Indians shit outside every time they shit. They just shit in the streets, they shit on the beach, they shit in their waterways.
So do you think we should adopt this? Well, how would if you're shitting
shit into toilets?
If you're shitting in a toilet, do you stand on the toilet then squat into it?
No.
Like a girl out at a pub or something?
Squatty potty, right? I don't maintain that level of balance, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not a gymnast. No, it's a plastic deal that fucking sort of slides neatly around the toilet. It's a stool for, making stool.
Oh, right.
It is a footrest that, puts, raises
your
knees up to
I
a certain
see. Yes.
level.
Yep.
So
So you'd get a little,
empty your
like a
bowels more
little
completely.
chair, little chair that you've got
Little chair
behind you in
like
the
that.
studio.
Yeah.
You'd put that in front of the toilet and put your feet on top of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're in a much more beneficial position for complete bowel emptying.
Do you own one of these?
Yes, I do.
You do.
Yes.
Is it a stool? Is it a stooling stool, or is it just a chair that you found, or a milk crate?
And I have got the actual stooling stool.
Right.
I got the name brand Stooling Stool, and it was actually
How much are we talking
it
for
was
the
the
stooling
best
stool?
$30 I've ever spent.
Yeah, really.
I literally fucking did not have the best colonic health, let's say, about a year and a bit ago.
Okay,
And-
so is this why you've got the stooling stool?
Oh, absolutely. And by the way,
So it was recommended.
All
Prescribed,
horrible-
you'd say.
No, I independently sought out. I knew of the product's existence.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I sought it out in order to experience more complete bowel emptying. And let me say
So
that,
what is the difference between the stooling stool and, let's say, a shelf one would bang up with some nails and wood?
There is zero difference,
Zero
except
difference?
one would have to actually bang something up. And as a doctor, I consider that kind of shit beneath me.
Yes, fair enough. It's like getting the Beastie Boys to do your laundry.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Or, like
So
allowing the Beastie Boys to not...
The stooling stool, $30, prescribed by a doctor, sort of. You were sorted.
Yeah,
sorted
well,
out.
I prescribed it to myself.
Was it recommended by a doctor?
And I am, of course... I'm a doctor, and...
Oh, of course, yes.
And I recommended it, so...
I suppose
yes.
you could say it's prescribed by a doctor.
Yes. Oh, you
Yes.
absolutely could. And you would be very, very correct because, as again, I am Dr. William Joseph.
So you would recommend it for all viewers?
Yeah. Let's just call this a verbal prescription for our listeners.
Yes,
today.
that's all you need.
Go up to the counter at your local homewares store and tell them Dr. William Josephs has told you to get a squatty potty in order for you to experience more complete bowel emptying. That's the fundamental point here, is that you really don't know what emptying your bowels is like until you've shit in this position.
Yeah, right. How did you get to this point?
Well, as I was alluding to earlier, about a year ago, I experienced some health problems in this arena.
Yes.
Let's just say that things weren't moving so great,
All
owing
right.
to certain lifestyle choices I make. Let's just be frank about it here. The drinking that we were alluding to earlier.
Yes.
Can lead to other health problems.
Perhaps the meat pies, the song we referred to earlier.
and the meat pies we were talking about earlier. Probably eating large amounts of hair and leaves so that I can hibernate through the winter is probably not terribly helpful. But
Hair and leaves.
yes. So
So we weren't experiencing any movage. We were experiencing anal blockage, would you say?
anal blockage so extreme that I was rendered unable to urinate as well. And, of course, anybody who has experienced severe constipation knows that, the first ports of call are soluble fibre, right? You maybe eat some prunes, drink some prune juice or something like that, right? And so drinking all this stuff whilst being so constipated I couldn't shit swelled my bladder to a point where I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do anything. I was just a withering mess. And I went to the hospital on two consecutive days because first I went to the hospital. I had consumed somewhere in the neighbourhood of 7 or 8 litres of liquid since I had last passed any urine, and was in anyway. They gave me a muscle relaxant, which did actually help me to relax enough that I was able to pass that urine. Jesus Christ, that was a few litres of urine. Of course, that was only part of the problem.
That was a byproduct of the initial problem.
Yeah. So the next day I returned with that same problem having occurred.
Having needing to urinate.
Being unable to urinate because I was unable to defecate. And at this point in time, I had tried several other home remedies that involved putting things in me. Now, this was, in fact, the occasion of my losing my anal virginity. My behymen was broke. My behind.
Behymen.
Yes.
What did you lose it to initially?
I lost it initially to myself with with a suppository. Then after that proved ineffective, and a self-enema. And later that night, the trifecta was completed when a middle-aged woman penetrated me with about a 6. I don't know. It was bigger than any of my. It was longer than any of my fingers. It was rather thin, but it was longer than any of my fingers. Enema, and squirted something on my colon, which. If you have not yet experienced something being squirted on your colon, which I hope for your sake you haven't, because that would make you a heterosexual male. I'm sure all the fags listening to this have experienced cum being squirted on their colon because they're filthy degenerates. But anyway, it's not a pleasant
splashed
feeling.
It on your colon.
I had like a little saline, like a salt type thing.
Yep.
And she squirted that on my colon, and about 5 minutes later,
Was it cold? Was it cold on your inside?
Yeah, it was disgusting because of the cold.
Was this thing that she put inside you, was it flexible or was it
No, it was
thick, hard?
It was a rigid thing that she
Was it
She's
cold?
thankfully lubed first, by the way.
Was it cold?
It was cold because the fucking lube was cold.
Yep.
Thankfully she
She
lubed it up, but
she could have nuked it or just done this fire sticks for a minute.
Yeah.
Rubbed it in her hands like she's starting a fire.
Yeah, it's sort of good, like this woman with gloves on, lubing up a phallic object, telling me to turn on my side and bring my knees up to my chest. I felt like I was at the hands of some kind of a loopy dominatrix.
Oh, fucking! Did your heart sink?
I
But
made
at this time you were pretty keen. You were pretty keen to have a piss in the shit by this time.
I was so fucking keen to have a piss in the shit that I was like, I was shoving things up my bottom.
Yes.
I had like the her giving me an enema wasn't that big of a shock, so I'd give myself one. That was the level of pain I was in.
Okay, yeah, righto.
So but when she violated my my anus, I made the most perfect fucking Hank Hill noise. Whoa!
Oh, really?
I'm sure we all know that one. It was pitch fucking perfect. That was it's the only noise that you can make when having a saline solution squirted on your colon.
So this thing was inside you, it squirted, and then you went, woo! That's what all gay fags do. When the man squirts on their colon, they go, woo! They start coming like a lady.
Yes. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna pretend that I wasn't also hard. But like I mean, when you need to piss in the morning, you've got an erection, right? Right?
Yeah.
Let's just
we'll go with that.
Probably because of that, right? Right?
So, woo!
And
she pulls it out.
I'd also like to just say that fucking any woman who complains about childbirth, the vagina was meant to get a baby's head out of it. My ass was not meant to fucking fit something that big out of it. It was a boulder. It was again.
Oh, the poo that come out.
Yes, it was enormous.
Probably as big as a fucking baby's head.
It was bigger than a baby's head. At its roundest point, it was about a toddler's head.
My God.
Yes.
My God. So did it hit the hole as one ball, or did it sort of taper?
No. Okay, so what happened was leakage began to occur. There was an ensuite bathroom to the room in which this procedure was performed.
So this all happened at the hospital in safe hands.
Oh yes,
the birth happened.
Yeah. Well, the midwife was not present in the room, but she was about, and there was substantial leakage happening, right? and I'm pacing around this room because when I sit down, like all the pressure is just too much. So I know I'm gonna have to be in some kind of a standing position in order to give birth to this because the pressure. I've got too much stuff in my torso. Too much liquid, too much waste, too much stuff. It fucking hurts to
You
sit.
really needed a cesarean by the sounds of it.
Oh yeah.
If they'd have offered you a cesarean, would you have taken it?
I was trying to think of a way that they could get this shit out of me because I didn't think I could. I didn't think I could at this point. And like I'm literally making while this leakage is occurring, and then the crowning. And thankfully,
is the doctor outside the door telling you to breathe?
No. Like this nurse just very casually came in, lubed up the thing, squirted the fucking enema up my ass.
When it comes to and walked out and left you to it.
Yeah. She was very uncaring. I mean, I almost feel as if that I wasn't special at all to her. it was my first time, and
she
just
came and squirted
she
this
was-
thing up your ass
she was-
and left you to birth
yeah,
it on your own.
it was wham bam, thank you, sir. It was yes.
Bloody hell! So you're in a bathroom alone in a public hospital alone, giving birth.
To something much, much larger at its widest point than a child's head. I must, I've not seen an infant's head that was as big as this.
Oh, we need to finish this story to go to a song.
Well, I don't really know that there is
There
a
is an end.
particularly.
Well,
I
how
think
did
just
it
sort of
come out?
tapers out? Again, like I'm saying, leakage. I'm walking around the room like going, hoo, hoo. And then I feel it hit. It drops to the bottom, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, here it comes.
36
I
chamber.
assume the position over the receptacle, and it fucking flies out of me. And okay, so there's no real great story. I clean up. I scribble out a note for the unfortunate individual that had to fucking unclog that toilet.
Did you flushed? You flushed, wiped, flushed everything.
I wiped and flushed, but like I flushed several times. Like it was that thing wasn't going to get past the S bend. There's zero chance of that. So I was already drafting the apology note in my head because I think it's the least you can do. Like somebody did have to clean that up, and I imagine it wasn't pleasant. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure what mechanism they used in order to get that Bezoar down the S bend, but it would not have been a fun time. So I left him an apology note.
Oh God,
because I think he's rather polite.
You left him an apology note.
And I'd just say it was several months before I took something remotely resembling a normal shit again. My ass lost all elasticity. I was, not all elasticity. Thankfully, I didn't shit myself at any point. But it was essentially like when I did take a shit, stuff was just falling out. It wasn't like I wasn't like pushing and pooing like my ass.
So you'd lost all control. What are you like?
I still had full control.
Still, yeah.
Full control, because I guess like the upper muscles weren't at all damaged, but just
So
the
you could-
lower hole itself was just.
If you were somewhere out on the
blown.
street and you had to shit, you could hold it on till you got home.
Oh yeah.
But once you let go,
Yeah.
it would just fall.
Yeah, it just like I wasn't really like aware of terribly how much like I was like whether I was putting just like the whole lost
This
elasticity.
thing must have been fucking
It was
huge.
fucking enormous. I'm telling you, like I'm not like exaggerating here. I don't want to say it was big as it was this many inches around because I didn't have a fucking tape measure, but it was way bigger than any infant's head I've ever seen. Like
I'm going to say this has been the biggest shit that anyone would have heard about.
any of our listeners, I would be rather surprised if they had taken about or could have reliably heard about a bigger shit.
I never have. Fucking never. And it sounds like an absolute behemoth.
It was a behemoth. Which
So you
might
tried to
be-
flush a few times.
Well, I figured it might break it up a little bit. There's there was some other shit that had like fucking came
There was a
out
lot of mess.
after
Was
the
the bowl a
Bezoar.
mess? Was it just a mess?
It was because fucking the thing
All
hit
the
the water
leakage.
the leakage, but the leakage was seepage.
Yep.
That wasn't like I was pissing out my ass. It was like the saline solution.
So your whole
The
bottom end would have
saline
just
solution.
exploded because you needed to piss as well.
Yeah. Oh, fucking the fucking probably what did better, more damage to the Bezoar, which is what I call it.
Yep.
Than
Did
the
more
flushing
damage to-
itself was my fucking piss stream, which was fucking elephant-like.
Was the poo colourful? Was Bezoar colourful?
No, he was just fucking slow. Colour of my pants, mate.
Colour of your pants, mate. All right, we'll go to fucking this. Where is it? The song is it's a request from Alice Kanoo.
How are you doing, Alice?
Savage Garden. I want you.
You're listening to T-Bone Radio, motherfucking T-Bone.
Anytime I need to see your face, I just close my eyes and I am taken to a place where your crystal mind and magenta feeling take a chapter in the base of my spine, straight like a chicken cherry cola. I don't need to try to explain, I just hold on tight, and if it happens again, I'ma move so slightly to the arms and the lips and the face of the human kind of all that I need to, I want to. Come stand a little bit closer. definition of a lover and a nick at the time of talking. Using symbols, using what can be like into a deep sea diver who was swimming with the raincoat. Come stand a little bit closer, breathe in and get a bit higher. You'll never know what hit you when I get to you. Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'd like to find out. Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'd like to find out. Yeah, yeah. Anytime I need to see your face, I just close my eyes and I'm taken to a place where your crystal mind, a magenta feeling, take up shelter in the base of my spine, shit like a chicken cherry cola. I don't need to try to explain, I just hold on tight, and if it happens again, I'ma move so silently to the arms and the lips and the face and the human cannibal that I need to. I want you. Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'd like to find out. Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'd like to find out. So can we find out? Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'd like to find out. Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'd like to find out. Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'd like to find out. Ooh, I want you, I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'd like to find out.
Savage Garden, I Want You. I need a bit of break after Dr. Willy Joseph's bees or poo story, so we'll go straight into Acid Bath with cheap vodka, dedicated to Christ Gold.
In a city of winners and losers, Jerry Logan is a cab driver whose world is going nowhere. Until one night, the wrong passenger takes him on the ride of his life.
In a hurry. You really step on it for me.
Yeah, sure. I do not want to get involved here.
I got some trouble at the Pioneer. The money matter. The guy ended up leaving the money in a cab, and the cabbie took off. Two things I want. My money back, and you make this cabbie disappear.
If you'd hired me in the first place, your money never would have ended up in a cab at the airport.
What the hell's going on, Jerry?
I took some money.
A lot of money?
I don't know. Is $1 million a lot?
It's him.
I waited on this guy tonight.
Now, where was he going?
Darling.
Whoops. I don't get my money now, you die now.
You just take the money and kill us both.
Not if I killed him first.
Eckert says you have a real talent for running away. He wanted me to fix it, so you won't do that anymore.
You started thinking you were smart. When all you were was lucky. And now, I'm gonna kill you.
Scott Glenn, Andrew McCarthy, John Glover. Night of the Running Man.
Here, hold this.
T-Bone Radio?
You're listening to T-Bone Radio, motherfucking T-Bone.
Yo, T-Bone Radio.
T-Bone Radio. I needed a fucking rest after that. That was a big one, wasn't it? Big Bezel. That was Acid Bath, dedicated to not Christole, but Old Christ. It's a good song, just waiting for Dr. Big Willy Josef to come back and have a smoke. I can't really be fucked doing radio today. Still fucking feeling the effects of that disease I had a few weeks ago. Been a bit rich. We're trying to get young, there's a big Melbourne fucking rapper getting around at the moment. Massive hype to get excited about going on in Melbourne. What's his name? Cash Rapper, or the rapper named Cash. He's fucking gonna be here, or not here, but I really want to try and get an interview with him shortly, because he's just popping off. He's got sponsorships by, I think it was Panadol and Pepsi or something like that. I'm not really sure. Cash Rapper's going to be fucking good. So you got a song for us to play in a little while, don't you?
Yes, I do, Terry.
I think we're going to get a copyright strike from it. I know the last episode I got fucking striked for fucking playing the Lou Reed song for Mr. Batlow.
Well, if Lou Reed is that litigious, I am sure that Phil Collins and Genesis are.
Yeah, I don't know. We're going to play it anyway, but I don't know. Maybe we won't play it. Fuck them. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play it.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's just a fucking pain in the ass because you don't know it's a fucking copyright until it's too fucking late.
Yeah, and we don't want Zion Tube to put any more strikes against you.
No, Zion Tube. It doesn't even matter strikes. It just means that I got to go take the song out.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not like they can fucking come to your fucking house and kick down.
Yeah, I'm sure the ad revenue that you're making from these videos. Is massive, right?
It's massive. Yeah.
Oh, did you happen to see yesterday or the day before? A couple days before that,
what about?
Bloody Alex Jones, who has been kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. Is this all fucking real? Is he being kicked off everything? He's still on Twitter apparently.
Yeah, his Twitter ban was temporary. I'm not sure the extent to which InfoWars and Alex Jones have been kicked off of YouTube. But a couple of days ago, he had a very hilarious confrontation with Little Ben Shapiro. Wait, no, fucking Little Marco Rubio. That's the one.
Yep.
Every time
I think I may have heard about this. Go on.
Senator Marco Rubio, Republican, Florida, who many may remember from the 2016 Republican presidential nomination
This
process.
is the bloke that didn't shake the hands of some... did he not? Is this the guy that didn't shake the hands of a school shooting victim's father?
Now, I don't know anything about that. That doesn't ring any bells.
Maybe not. Anyway, go on.
Oh,
Could be an unrelated thing.
He's just he's a fucking Cuban whose parents don't even speak fucking English and somehow is senator. Because that's the American dream, right? For people to move from a fucking communist shithole to the United States of America and not even fucking bother to learn the language there, right? That's the American dream.
That's exactly right, Tucker. Anyway, go on. What happened? What happened to Alex Jones?
Well, Jones has been fucking. He's been showered off of deplatformed. I think is the term that people use. Deplatforming. And this has happened to a lot of other people, many other people. But it's notable that Jones has given that. What the fuck does he even really say? What conclusions does Alex Jones ever reach?
Alex Jones lost me at interdimensional pedophile.
Alex Jones fucking regained me at interdimensional pedophile.
Oh, God. Beings of light that fucking...
Yeah. Beings, that fucking Joe Rogan thing is what reignited my interest in Alex Jones because Alex Jones never says anything. Okay, he makes allusions to, he asks questions about things, but it's all really just theatre based around
even though he's got the fucking he's got the paperwork to prove it's all facts.
Oh yeah. No, he's got the documents. He's done the research.
What a paper waster,
I've done the research.
How many trees have to die a year to keep InfoWars going? That cunt uses so much paper just to prove a point. Use the fucking internet, you dickhead. You got a massive studio.
Fucking get an iPad, just bring it up on it, you cocksucker.
Yeah, God.
But no, he doesn't say anything. Alex Jones has never reached a controversial conclusion ever because I don't know actually what Alex Jones believes, but whatever it is couched in so many layers of theatre based around, increasing the levels of paranoia in his viewers so that they will buy his super male vitality and his fucking water filters and that sort of shit. That's what the business model is based on. Right?
To buy his products.
So the fact that that this guy, who literally does not say any controversial conclusions, he doesn't come to the conclusion that the Holocaust never happened, or 9/11 was an inside job. He doesn't come to these conclusions. He asks questions about them. You know what I mean? So, if I were to say, does YouTube, I might ask like a question, a hypothetical question, does YouTube, engage in, sort of censorship of certain viewpoints that they do not like. I mean, that's a question that I'm asking. I'm not coming to any conclusions based on that. So, how can you say Alex Jones is promoting this sort of shit? He doesn't come to any conclusion. He asks questions.
Do you think if you take him off his platforms and he can still sell stuff, the shop will still remain open? Do you think?
Yeah. InfoWars is still he's still got he's got his own platform.
So he probably doesn't even need to fucking go spouting off anymore, and he can still bring the money in from the products.
Yeah, and I'm sure actually this has been good publicity, and I'm sure it's actually been pretty decent for business, to be honest. But the worrying thing is that just on the whole, is that the public square, what we'd call the public square, where debate takes place now is unfortunately in the fucking YouTube comments section.
Yeah.
Right? It's on Facebook.
They're all
it's on Twitter.
fake accounts and shit on YouTube.
Yeah, it's on where the public conversation
why would you do that? Why would you have a
place.
fake name?
Yeah, why would you have a fake name? That's a fucking weird thing to do. But the discussion takes place on the internet and by Google, YouTube, who are the same entity, Facebook, Instagram, who are the same entity, Twitter, which is a irrelevant entity. By them denying access to the public square to certain people, is that? Do we really like that? I say no.
I say no.
What say you, listeners? What say you? Comment below. Tell us what you think. Does YouTube engage in unnecessary, unwarranted censorship? Just tell us what you think, viewers. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.
Leave a like and subscribe. It's hard to say that, isn't it? I'm glad you said that. Because we got this new fucking T-Bone radio channel, and it's got one subscriber, which is fucking Terry Daktul.
I don't subscribe to any of your shit because I don't like to sort of sign in on YouTube. Full stop.
Yeah, that's a shame. Well, you must
Because,
only be able to watch fucking child videos and shit. You can't watch stuff that has beheadings.
Yeah. No, I do have to bloody sign in for some stuff. But you know, I don't necessarily want the individuals who own these certain companies to be profiteering off of the data that they are selling to marketing corporations.
Yeah, they got you anyway. Bugger it. It's too late. The Matrix. I mean, fuck it.
I'm not.
We're going to be
plugged
dead in 30 or 40 years max. Who cares?
I'm going to be dead way sooner than that because I'm going to.
Sorry,
I'm not going to say that on recording. Actually,
leave an online footprint when you can. Do you want to go to a song now?
Yeah, let's go to a song, Terry. What's the next song? You want to introduce it for us?
Ice Cube, 2 in the morning.
Fuck yeah.
We'll play Phil Collins after this one. This is from the fucking B-sides.
Yeah, I heard Ice Cube's wife has a fake bum, but I couldn't possibly comment on that.
Nothing wrong with a fake bum, but I wonder what's going to happen with the fucking fake bums in the future.
Met a snake ass at a barbecue bash. She had a lot of ass in a $20 stash. Some of that superb herb. She said I got the chronic, so fuck what you heard. Ice Cube, do you wanna hit this? Yeah. This shit is hype, show you right. Soon as she passed me the J and the lighter, me and this hood rat bitch got tighter. Talking all day on the blanket, with her ass jacked up, begging me to spank it. Looking like a host from the Barbary Coast. Nigga don't wanna get burnt like toast. What's up with these nuts in your meal? Alright, everybody. Come on, we out. Took her to the $6 hole in the wall, and I like how she's holding the balls. Gobble, gobble, from the incision. Stuff that bitch and it ain't Thanksgiving. Didn't even have to fuck all night long. Take me home, damn it's on. Jumped out the cover, snatched off the rubber. Met the host's mother, yo, what's up? Got the 7 digits and I'm going in. That's the kind of bitch you can call at 2 in the morning.
Not just knee deep, she was OG deep when she did the freak with me. Not just knee deep, she was OG deep when she did the freak with me.
Yeah, this is a story of a famous dog. The dog that chases its tail will be busy.
I bumped this hoe on the dance floor. Where you wanna go? She said, I don't know. I thought I had a treat in the passenger seat. Now her ass wanna get something to eat. From where? She said, Denny's, I figure. I said, hell no, cause they don't like niggas. Let's go to my house and order Domino's, or maybe I can get the bitch out of clothes. Got to the panties, her ass started fighting. And I'm thinking about my dog Mike Tyson. Took her ass home all alone. Fuck, there go the phone. Hey, what you doing?
Nothing.
Then what about screwing? Now I'm fucking and I'm yawning. But thank God for the bitch that'll come at 2 in the morning.
Not just knee deep, she was OG deep when she did the freak with me. Not just knee deep, she was OG deep when she did the freak with me.
You the kind of girl to eat a dick up raw and drink a 40 through a straw. And I love you, cause you're down to get dug. And your man don't know you're getting fucked by a thug. You a woman, that's true. That's right. Doing what the fuck you wanna do. And it's cool, cause you got a purse full of rubbers. And I'm a friend of your brother's. So jump your freaky ass in your Hyundai. I got a room at the Omni. Nothing tricky, no you ain't picky. What's up, Nikki? Down for a quickie. Get your little dicky and your Mickey and your straight. And gotta be at work by 8. Called you last night, you wasn't home and damn, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Not just knee deep, she was OG deep when she did the freak with me. Not just knee deep, she was OG deep when she did the freak with me.
Yeah, this is a story of a famous dog. The dog that chases its tail will be busy.
Hello.
Yo, what's up? This Q. What you doing?
I'm asleep.
Sleep. Get that ass up and come over here.
Yeah, wake the fuck up. Come over here, Ice Cube says. Silly bitch.
Yeah, Coco with your big fat fake ass.
Just found out we're a bit pressed for time, so I'm not going to fucking play... I was going to play Jack Off Jill, this week, lady song of the week, but I'm not going to play a lady song.
Yeah, good, 'cause they suck. But anyway, we were.
What, you don't like fucking Jack Off Jill because she accused Twiggy of raping her?
I don't like Jack Off Jill because they make sort of repetitive shit music, but and that fucking bitch that accused Twiggy of raping her is I don't know. First of all, she's probably a basket case. Second of all,
yes.
It's been 15 years since they were a band, so I'm sure she's ugly as shit now. And who gives a fuck about ugly women like me?
And Twiggy's a very ugly woman too.
Oh, he's a very ugly woman.
He makes a better looking woman up here than he does a man. You reckon? At least he looks like an ugly woman there.
Yeah, no.
You look at him
he at least has a woman's physique. He certainly
Yes.
does not have a man's body.
No.
I would probably think him. He'd probably make a pretty fucking good Thai lady boy or whatever. You know what those British sex pests go over there to fuck?
Boys.
Yeah, boys with like tit implants. I think he'd make a good version of one of them.
Oh yeah, a white one.
Yeah.
A very fucking white one.
Oh, Twiggy Ramirez. Yeah, I don't know how white Twiggy is. Isn't he a Cubano?
Oh, I have no idea.
He's Cubano. He's from the Florida area.
He looks something. He definitely looks something.
Yeah, he's well. Anyway, fucking regardless of what kind of mixture, I'm
is.
pretty happy to declare that Twiggy is not white.
Not
white.
White.
But yeah, speaking of ladyboys and shit, fucking what do we think is worse, listeners? And please leave the comments below here. People who go to Thailand to fuck ladyboys, or people who go to Thailand to just fuck regular women because they're too much pathetic,
I reckon,
emasculine losers to get any pussy in their own.
Well, like
country.
an incel.
You know, like the fucking the dudes that go over to Thailand.
I reckon definitely it's worse to go over there to fuck boys.
Oh, sure. I reckon it's worse to go over there to fuck women because,
that's bad to go there to fuck anything. I mean,
first
you're
of all,
having
it's bad
sex.
to fuck anything from Thailand.
This comes from a fucking Marion's theory is you don't go to the country and fuck the fauna.
No, of course not.
It's fauna.
You don't go there and
not in a horrible way, but you don't go. You go to a country and you fuck everything there. Fauna. It's very funny.
Yeah. yes. That is an interesting opinion.
Yeah. So my opinion is of people that go to overseas and sex tourism is amazing, isn't it?
It's
an interesting theory.
I think it's like the lowest thing, especially. I've got a guy. I wouldn't call him my friend because I absolutely loathe his existence, but a person that I've known for a substantial period of time. He's a middle class fella here. He's in his early 20s, and he doesn't even bother with the chicks over here because I guess he's not that great looking. He doesn't have a great job or anything, so he can't. His sort of options are kind of limited to more or less fatties or whatever.
Yes.
He just doesn't want to fuck fatties, so so once a year or whatever, he'll go to fucking Bali or the Philippines for a month or 3 weeks, whatever, and just fucking.
That's disgusting.
That's fucking gross. Hey, I think it's less gross to want to go there. It's like, oh, that's where all the ladyboys are, and I'm just like a fucking.
That's where he's gonna get his standards from.
With dicks.
He goes to. You start doing that when you're 25. Cunts don't really start doing that till they're 45, 50 after they've been divorced twice.
He started doing that when he was 19, and that's the grossest part. Fair enough if you're an old infertile cunt, you want to go, I don't know, get something because who wants? If your choices are between a 60-year-old Australian and a 25-year-old Filipina, all right, I can kind of see that. At least she's not fucking horribly wrinkly, but. When
if you're 25,
19,
20,
25, whatever, yoy.
Yeah, that's mysterious. I know a bloke that's been around there over there a couple of times, and he's been nearly roped into fucking a bloke like a tranny. So if you're going over there once a year for 6 years, you're gonna fucking wind up with a
yeah. You're, at least
the odds are amazing.
Yeah, at least once
the
or
odds
twice,
are way
you probably
too big.
Pashed him, right? You
definitely,
pashed.
Definitely. The fucking odds are way too large to.
Okay. You would have fucking ground
disagree
up against one in a nightclub or something.
Yep.
You would have,
And they try to get you. I mean, I've never been over there.
Yeah, fucking I never would go over there.
No, I don't see it. What would you go there for? For the beach and the alcohol?
It's fucking hot enough over there. It's hot. It's hot and fucking there's beaches here.
I can't see the point in going somewhere to go for a swim or go for the piss
or whatever. Fucking but how much do the fucking airline tickets cost you, dickhead? Fucking it costs $3,000 to get here, to get there.
Fair enough, it's a cheap holiday, but who cares? If you're yelling for is to get pissed and root and fucking go for a swim, you can do it here.
Cheap holiday is fucking Nimbin. fucking just go get a fucking tent or whatever and fucking hang. I don't know. I wouldn't
Go,
to Nimbin
just go
either.
to the skate park and to camp. Don't even have to take a
It's
tent.
not fucking fauna at Nimbin.
Fuck the fauna at Nimba. Oh god, no. Oh, that'd be hectic. That'd be pretty wrinkly.
Yeah, but that's it. You want to go fucking camp on the beach? Fucking there's a bay. There's a bay. A couple of
There's a bay
Ks over there. Fucking
The
there's
price of
tons
alcohol's pretty pricey here, but bugger it.
Yeah, fucking
Makes
steal
up for
it.
your
Steal
flight.
it. Steal.
Steal it.
Yeah, I actually, by the way, this is a serious message. I would like to encourage all of our listeners today to steal as much as possible, pay as little tax as possible.
I reckon so. Take.
Yeah. I'm not going to be terribly specific, but I've stolen several $100 worth of things over the last couple of weeks, and I'm pretty fucking happy about that.
Would you like to devolve? Oh, we'll come back after the song. What's this one? Genesis?
Yeah, this is Genesis. Jesus Knows Me.
You see the face on the TV screen, coming at you every Sunday. See the face on the billboard, well that man is me. On the cover of the magazine, there's no question why I'm smiling. You buy a piece of paradise, you buy a piece of me. I'll get you everything you wanted, I'll get you everything you need. You don't need to believe in hereafter, just believe in me. 'Cause Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. I've been talking to Jesus all my life. Oh yes, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. And he's been telling me everything is alright. I believe in the family, with my ever-loving wife beside me. But she don't know about my girlfriend or the man I met last night. Do you believe in God? 'Cause that is the war I'm selling. And if you wanna get to heaven, I see you right. You won't even have to leave your house or get out of your chair. You don't even have to touch that dial, 'cause I'm everywhere. And Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. I've been talking to Jesus all my life. Oh yes, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. Well, he's been telling me everything's gonna be alright. Won't find me practicing while I'm preaching. Won't find me making no sacrifice. But I can get you a pocket full of miracles. If you promise to be good, try to be nice. God will take good care of you. Which is to do as I say, don't do as I do. Well, I'm counting my blessings, 'cause I found true happiness. 'Cause I'm getting richer day by day. You can find me in the phone book, just call my toll-free number. You can do it any way you want, just do it right away. There'll be no doubt in your mind, you believe everything I'm saying. If you wanna get closer to him, get on your knees and start praying. 'Cause Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. I've been talking to Jesus all my life. Oh yes, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. Well, he's been telling me everything's gonna be alright. 'Cause Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. Oh yes, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. I've been talking to Jesus all my life, and he's been telling me everything's gonna be alright, alright. Jesus, he knows me. Jesus, he knows me. Jesus, he knows me. Jesus, he knows me.
We are on. That was that was Genesis with Jesus Knows Me.
Yeah.
Now we got one more song to play. Before we get into that, what do you got? You got a little snippet of Sean Connery.
Yeah, we've got Sean Connery and Barbara Walters sometime in the 90s. having a very interesting discussion. Let's take a listen.
You did an interview in which you said, it's not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist, it's better to do it with an open hand. Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my
Do you want to stop it there?
You haven't?
No.
Let's stop it there.
So it's better to beat a woman.
Well, the Quran says this as well, actually. This is backed up by religious scholarship, by the way. Well, it is obviously better to hit. If you are to hit a woman, obviously it would be better to do it with a closed, open hand rather than a closed hand, of course.
And Sean Connery backs that up in that video.
Yeah,
Do you want to hear that again? Can we rewind it?
Yeah, let's go to the start.
You think it's good to slap a do it with an open hand? Yeah. You did an interview in which you said, it's not the worst thing to slap a woman now and then. As I remember, you said you don't do it with a clenched fist, it's better to do it with an open hand.
Every now and then.
Yeah.
Every
Remember
now and
that?
then.
Yeah.
I think that's the contextual clue we're gonna have to focus on here. Barbara Walters just kind of sort of glossed over that, but I think now
Can I have a look at Barbara Walters? Is this redheaded thing?
No. She's the blonde one. She's the old blonde one that is since retired.
Okay, don't know who she is.
Have you
Quite
seen,
old footage.
If our viewers or listeners, pardon me, have seen The View, which is
Yes.
that horrible show where a bunch of old women just sit around fucking clucking.
She's on that.
She was the head.
Yeah, the redheaded one.
No.
No.
The redheaded one is still there, and to my knowledge.
Yep, I think you're right.
But like she was like the one. There's 5 bitches, and she's the middle bitch. Who sort of runs things and sort of gives less of her opinions and just sort of, says, and what do you think, so and so?
So she's like the pterodactyl of episode 30 of T-Bone Radio.
She is the pterodactyl of The View. She is The View's version of pterodactyl.
Ah, beautiful.
Or, seeing as she's been doing this a lot longer than you, Terry, I might say that you're the pterodactyl technical difficulty show version of Barbara Walters.
In The View. Okay, cool. That gives us an excuse to hashtag The View, and I might at The View on Instagram on this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adam.
So
here we go. What do we hear?
Okay.
Sean Connery thinks it's better on occasion to slap a woman with an open hand rather than a closed fist. What more can you say?
I didn't love that.
I haven't changed my opinion.
You haven't?
No, not at all.
You think it's good to slap a woman?
No, I don't think it's good.
You don't think it's bad?
I don't think it's that bad. I think that it depends entirely on the circumstances and if it merits it. Yeah.
What would merit it?
Well, if you have tried everything else, and women are pretty good at this, they can't leave it alone. They don't want to have the last word, and you give them the last word.
You can't say this on
happy
TV.
With the last word.
Apparently
they want to
he
say
did.
it again, and get into a really provocative situation. Then I think it's absolutely right.
What would...
Goodness gracious me.
Yes.
Absolutely right. So you've got to tell them a bunch of times, but then if they don't listen...
If they don't leave it alone, according to Sean Connery, if you've given them the last word and they won't take the last word and they want to keep going and keep being more provocative, and I guess all of us have
I know
we know
women.
exactly what he's talking about. Whether we
I've
agree,
met women, yes.
Whether we agree with whether or not it's reasonable to slap a woman at that point is another matter entirely. Sean Connery is very accurately describing what having any kind of a verbal confrontation with a woman is like, in that at a certain point I think most of us are reasonable enough to understand that
where he's coming from. I'd love to hear his views on this now.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear his views on this now. You should share this to Twitter or something and add him.
I would love to hear his views on this now, considering that his acting career has sort of stalled since that point.
You know what? You're 100% right about that.
This is the guy. I'm pretty sure that a few years before this was The Hunt for Red October. One of the
which was in the 90s?
Yeah, that was in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
I'm not sure which. But,
we had Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
He was
early 90s
as well. Early 90s. He was still a very big deal as an actor. At the point that
Entrapment.
Entrapment is another one. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking jeez.
And that was a long time. That was probably after this. Entrapment would have been after this. Because that footage looks a lot earlier than
Yeah.
Entrapment with what's her name? Zeta Jones.
Yeah, fucking. That's another one. She's a funny actress because I think she's
got boiled eggs for breasts.
I'm not sure if I find her at all attractive.
No, because she's got boiled eggs for breasts.
Yeah. Also,
Tea bags.
She's kind of got cunt face. She's got cunt face.
Cunt face.
Yeah.
I don't like her. She could fit in a pencil sharpener.
But her husband, Michael Douglas, who has throat cancer as a consequence of performing cunnilingus on HPV positive women.
Yes.
I am intrigued to know whether or not she is the HPV positive woman responsible for his particular brand of throat cancer. And I would invite everyone to look that up.
Look it up and leave your comments down below.
No, we could probably actually go to a YouTube video. There's a short YouTube video that I think might interest our viewers about HPV and Michael Douglas.
And Michael Douglas has got what is the form of throat cancer he has? HPV.
No, he's got throat cancer as a result of performing
cunnilingus
on
women.
HPV positive women. Just think there's like a red.
Well, that Sean Connery was
this is not going to be
quite an experience. I wonder if we'll have to look him up on Wikipedia to find out what his latest movies were. If you can find a movie after Entrapment, and if you can find an interview with Sean Connery, leave a link down below so we can all have a look and a laugh of him. I wonder if his views have changed since then, because he'd obviously been asked about the issue before and wasn't.
And had given his opinion.
Had given his opinion, and they hadn't changed.
Also, viewers, please remember to leave a like and a subscribe, because we've been really hitting that nail on the head.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah. I think
we don't have to say it again for another few shows, which is good. I fucking hate saying it.
I think that's a fucking a good part that I brought to the show. Actually, is that
the like and describe.
You don't do that shit.
No, fuck no.
And that's what literally everybody on fucking YouTube does.
Isn't it fucking annoying? Isn't it fucking annoying?
You watch a 5-minute video about fucking about like.
How to soundproof properly, or how to fucking I don't know.
Don't forget
how to build a shelf.
Like and subscribe though.
Yeah,
it's a 90-second video.
No, before we get into the video, what's up, guys? It's your boy.
Yeah.
Fucking before we get into the video, I just want you to remind you, like and subscribe. I've got a new Facebook show. Here's the link here.
Here's me
now,
Patreon.
let's get into the video, and then it has their intro, and then they go, all right, now guys, now we're into the intro. That's when I fucking turn off.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yes.
If you want to make a how-to video, get to the point straight a fucking way. Cunts. We might leave it there. What do you reckon? I'm pretty fucking exhausted.
I'd just like to add, furthermore, the pieces of shit on YouTube who fucking have like a video camera or whatever and like say like, oh, fucking support me on Patreon, whatever.
E-beggars.
They should all kill themselves.
E-beggar.
And I think the number one e-beggar that should kill himself, he should stop taking his pills and then fucking kill himself, is Jordan Peterson. Peterson, that fucking that piece of shit.
That bloke, you don't like him, mate?
He fucking sits a fucking camcorder at the back of his lectures that he's fucking paid several hundreds of thousands of dollars a year to give.
Yeah.
And he has a tenured position. He literally can't be fired by the university no matter what he says or does.
Yep.
He sits a camcorder at the back of that, has a YouTube channel, and then says to people, support me on Patreon so that I can fucking continue this YouTube channel.
I wouldn't ask.
He gets paid $1 million for that.
I wouldn't ask to fucking... Like, he should fucking set the camcorder up, have the channel and all of that. Have ads, monetize the videos, but if he's on there asking for money,
support
he
me on
shouldn't
Patreon.
be doing that.
Support me on Patreon.
He shouldn't be doing that.
Like, what the fuck are you supporting on Patreon? You fucking, you Kermit the Frog sounding Canadian swindler shyster. Okay, you should fucking kill yourself, Jordan Peterson. Kill yourself.
He's a shyster, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a shyster.
And the people that he's preaching to, he's e-begging them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fucking. By the way, like, let's target like fucking like depressed people and shit. By the way, like that's who he's fucking e-begging from. He's from fucking depressed losers on Centrelink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
support me on Patreon.
Clean your room. Like, like I'm fucking
clean your room. Yeah, exactly.
Self-improvement guy. Oh, clean your fucking room. Oh, sick advice, you fucking Kermit the Frog.
Oh, while you're there, can you help us out a bit?
Yeah. While you're there, fucking support me on Patreon.
What is he possibly spending the money on?
$5, $20 a month or whatever to my Patreon page, you fucking Centrelink succubus parasite, right? You're on Centrelink. Now give me money.
Anyway, album of the week. Coven, Boneless Christian from 1993. We're going to play fucking Boneless Christian. Title track of the album. Any
Peace
last
out.
words? Should I say any last words to you?
Well, my last words are, I'm Dr. William Josephs. I'm our doctor. Okay?
T-Bone Radio, technical difficulties. You with the doctor? We'll be back for episode 31. Our doctor.
You're listening to T-Bone Radio, motherfucking T-Bone.
Yo, T-Bone Radio.
T-Bone Radio?